Our bodies like to get into this sort of homeostasis, this set point where it's comfortable, a comfortable body temperature, comfortable sort of breathing, respiratory rate or heart rate. And we need to challenge those systems. And I think if for longevity, if you think of nothing else but to challenge those systems on a daily, weekly basis, you'll help to increase your resilience and also increase your longevity.
Health, fitness, mindset, nutrition. Live better and longer. I'm Saad Alam, and let's hone in.
If you can only choose 3 longevity principles based upon everything you've seen, what would those 3 be?
300? Did you mean 300 or just 3? There's so many. But I think, to give you a kind of condensed basis, I like to look at things in the SAID principles, not the Saad principles. I'm sure you have your own principles, but these are SAID principles, SAID, which is specific adaptation to imposed demands. So basically what that means is let's challenge the system and challenge every system. I think that, we're all familiar with, if we want to improve in sports, we have to train hard and we challenge our cardiovascular system, or in the gym, we'll challenge ourselves lifting a little heavier than normal. But I like to look at it across the board of let's challenge every system we have. Our bodies like to get into this sort of homeostasis, this set point where it's comfortable, a comfortable body temperature, comfortable sort of breathing, respiratory rate or heart rate. And we need to challenge those systems. And I think if for longevity, if you think of nothing else but to challenge those systems on a daily, weekly basis, you'll help to increase your resilience and also increase your longevity.
If you had to, I guess, going back to the question, how are you stressing those systems?
So getting down specifically, so the thermogenesis or the thermoregulatory system, will challenge that with ice baths, or with the other extreme, we'll challenge it with hot saunas. And not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to have the $20,000 ice bath or the $150,000 cryo chamber. You can simply take a cold shower at the end of your shower, or on a cold day. I mean, I live here in Colorado, and there's some days that it's pretty frosty outside, and you just go outside in your t-shirt and run around the block, and you get your body adapted to this. I've been hearing a lot lately, and I've still got to do my research on this. There are some benefits. I don't believe as much as getting into a cold plunge, but there are some benefits of just getting up in the morning and filling a bowl of ice water and sticking your face in it. I'm sure that has a nice little anti-inflammatory effect on your face and gets rid of the sort of overnight puffiness. But so it's challenge the system, challenge your respiratory system with hyperventilating and then holding your breath, and hypoxia, challenging, can your system run at too much oxygen? Can your system run at too little oxygen? The digestive system, can you stress it? Can you challenge it? And there's been a lot of studies, this has become pretty popular lately, of the both intermittent fasting, but also the water fasting for 24, 48, 72 hours, or even 7 days. I mean, that gets a little sketchy when you're pushing that, and I wouldn't suggest doing that without sort of supervision from a professional. But there's been studies that show if you are fasting for a period of time, different things happen throughout your body. For example, the growth hormone goes up at a certain level. Your body goes into ketosis. And after a certain amount of hours, like 24 hours, you start to go into autophagy, which is breaking down of old stagnant cells, these senescent cells that are like zombie cells just sitting in your system. Before we still are looking for this magic drug or the magic pill that will eliminate these cells from your body. But if we can just do a 24-hour fast every now and then and start to kill off some of these mutated cells, I think we'd have a tremendous effect on future longevity and the function of our bodies.
And so what you're basically saying, and by the way, I agree with your philosophical approach, is if you put the right kind of stresses on your body, it forces us to readapt in essence, meaning our bodies don't get complacent and they, whether it's remove senescent cells, whether they are reducing inflammation through cold baths, it is not just, hey, eat this pill. It's put a little bit of stress on your body, stretch it from different directions to make it constantly evolve. And that's really the key to longevity.
Yeah, 100% agree. It's like we get too comfortable. The world has become too comfortable. Our thermostats are always at 69 degrees or whatever's the perfect temperature in your house. And, we're always got food available. It's like our lives have become too convenient and our bodies become too lazy. We're never challenged. So I think challenging that system and the way you put it perfectly is you stretch those systems and it makes you more resilient.